After a long journey in life and a high level of social status and employment, a group of professional friends went to meet the old professor who taught at the university. Many of them are now wealthy men of mature age. At first glance, this group of friends seems to lead very successful lives. But in each of these, there was a sad story to tell the professor. Usually, even while studying at the university, if there is a problem, first tell the professor about it. Problems should tell to anyone, only people who can see the answer to the question, not those who add more question to it. So, guys, you are in a good position in society right now. I'm very happy with that. With that, the professor warmly welcomed them. But the answer is as satisfying as the professor thinks did not receive from them. The professor felt that there was a sad story behind their small smiles. So, although we have risen from position to position, we are under a lot of pressure. That was said by an alumnus who is now the CEO of a large company. I also get no pleasure from the company I work for now. There is a lot of the same work every day, said another who holds the position of finance director. The others who spoke said the same thing. Some thought it would be nice to have a new bench to replace the vessel that is currently in use. The professor realized that although his students were working at an important level in the society, they were suffering from some kind of mental distress. Then, a very important lesson that was not taught to them at the university, the professor wanted to teach them. Okay, guys, let's have a coffee. Then we can talk about that. The professor said so, and the group was relieved. The professor went to the kitchen to make some coffee. Then his servant came in with a big jug of coffee. After that, everyone was served coffee. They all got coffee in slightly inferior cups. Some of the cups are broken. Some people got their coffee from plastic cups. These people are not so happy about the cups they get because of the high-ranking people in the society. The professor saw the dissatisfaction on their faces, but he remained unseen. Please excuse me, guys. The man who does our homework, our important gentlemen, are given coffee in substandard inferior cups, aren't they? Hey Mike, quickly put these gentlemen in good cups and bring coffee. After a while, once again, Mike put the coffee in another beautiful cup and handed the coffee back to the visitors. These people started drinking coffee with some pleasure because they got coffee in beautiful precious cups. But they compared the cups they received to the cups of those around them. They realized that other people's cups were more beautiful and valuable than their own. They began to look at each other with hypocrisy. The professor was looking at the childish mentality of his adult students. He knew that many in the society were also in a childish state of mind. The professor raised his mature, deep voice on behalf of his disgruntled, wealthy students. The reason for your unhappiness is very simple, guys. You all cared about the cup, not the coffee inside. All we are looking for throughout life is to put in a good cup and drink coffee. So we sneak out what kind of cups other people drink coffee from. When people grieve over such comparisons, think of your job, your social status, and your money as cups. Think of the coffee in the cup as your life. Cups of employment, social status, and money. It only helps to retain the coffee that is your life. The true taste of your life depends on the coffee you include. When we do not enjoy coffee and think about the cups that contain coffee, we get various headaches like stress, jealousy, and dissatisfaction. Without drinking the delicious coffee that God gave us, we would think of other people's cups of coffee and eventually die. Do not forget that whether you drink in a gold cup or in a coconut shell, you are drinking coffee. He put a decisive look on their faces. So is life. Whether you live in a 10-story palace, live in a hut, ride a Benz, or walk barefoot, the core of every human life is the same. If we think a lot about external things without enjoying the essence and happiness of life, the mentality that life is very imperfect is gradually planted in mind even though there are tens of millions of resources. So, forget about the cup before it gets cold and start drinking the hot coffee of life. Think to think. Goodbye. Subscribe us for more.